A very good morning to all of you. How was your exam? I know it was quite good because the question paper was very easy and I discussed everything with you beforehand. And the mock test is only over. We have to wait for the unit test, right? So previously I know you missed all the on e-classes, and that is why I have come to interact with all of you through the revision class, because since unit test will not get over, we cannot proceed further with new chapters, right? That will be a burden for you. So today's class is all about revising all the grammar chapters, and tomorrow I'll discuss about the writing skills once again, so that you already got to know about the question pattern. In that way you will face questions in the unit test papers as well. So you know what to study, how to study, how much depth you have to delve into, so you know these things. I will be just summing up all the chapters, all the important keynotes, everything, so that you can understand what to concentrate upon, right? Since you already came to know that you have to read everything without escaping a single small thing, because questions are coming from everywhere, right? So better not to go for suggestive studies. Better you read everything thoroughly. In that way only you will face no problem, I guarantee you. So the first chapter was the sentence. So we will read what is sentence first. Sentence is a group of words that makes sense, right? So there are certain definitions given. You need to go through all, because the questions may come, or statement may be given from this definitions, and you may be asked to answer what is true, what is false, like that. Sentence must contain an action word or verb. So if this only statement comes and you are asked to write either true or false, what would you write? It is true statement, right? So here, and 4 types of sentences, as we know. Declarative sentence tells something. It just tells something and ends with a full stop. It is one of the characteristics of declarative sentence. Like Amazon is a river, Nikita ate 3 bananas. This is a statement. It tells something. Interrogative sentence asks a question and ends with a question mark. So you may be given the question, okay, and maybe who is your favorite actor, and after that no question mark is given, and you are asked to write down whether it is true or false. It is false, because if it is an interrogative sentence, it should have a question mark, right? Then imperative sentences give a command or an advice or make a request, right? They often end with a full stop or sometimes an exclamation mark. For example, give me the remote, stop talking, don't move. So then exclamation mark. So this is quite tricky. Sometimes here exclamation mark is required and sometimes not. But it generally tells us about, it gives us a command, an advice or a request. Now exclamatory sentences show strong feelings, and the end with exclamation mark. And they usually begin with the words what, how, what a beautiful sight it is, then exclamatory mark. Okay, then how beautiful you are looking, then exclamatory mark. These are exclamatory sentences. So the sentence is over. Then which chapter is there? Nouns, right? Nouns we all know, it is a name. Nouns are the names of people, things, substances, ideas and feelings. So there are how many types? 6 types. Proper nouns, common nouns, countable nouns, uncountable nouns, concrete noun and abstract noun. What is proper noun? So proper nouns are names of specific people, places and institution. These definitions are very important. So it is telling about a particular name of a person, institution or a place, right? So if this statement comes and you are asked to write this is dash noun. You are asked to fill that blank with the proper word. You will write proper noun. Then common noun. A common noun is the common name of all the things in a class. So all the things that belong to the same class are called common noun. Like monkey, fish. We are not specifying anything by its name, right? Then countable nouns are those which have singular and plural forms. They can be preceded by number and quality words. So this is called countable noun. For example, bottle can be bottles. Then 6 bottles, if we write, we can also write here many bottles. So see, you may be given fill in the blanks. You may be given fill in the blanks and complete it with the proper plural. So here you have to learn which are the words that have a plural and which are the words that are singular. Like for example, uncountable nouns are nouns which don't have a plural form. So some nouns are there which do not have plural forms and cannot be used with number words. Like music, it cannot be musics, or it cannot be used as one music, two musics. No, it cannot be used with number words and it does not have a plural form. Now concrete noun. Concrete nouns are the names of physical phenomena which can be observed with senses. So this can be observed, some concrete things. So we can sense them through our sense. Okay, we can feel them, we can see them. So these are physical phenomena. For example, student, bench, TV, phone, everything we can see, we can feel, we can touch. This is concrete. And abstract nouns are the names of phenomena that are not physical. So we cannot see this, we just sense this. These are not physical phenomena. For example, friendship, childhood. So you are given questions, maybe fill in the blanks with a concrete noun or with an abstract noun. Here you have to write the proper nouns. Okay. Now comes what? Now comes number. Number is very easy. The singular and plural forms, you have to read everything in order to answer them correctly. In some cases we have seen es is added, then only s added. Sometimes we don't find the plural forms, it will remain the same in the plural. So these are certain from singular to plural making some instructions are given. How did they change from singular to plural? For that you have to read this page number 20. All of you are having the book with you, so please do read. Sometimes we have seen y will be omitted, in that place ies will be added. So while the consonant is there, what will be the answer? Like that, so that you have to read. So the questions may come, write the true, false or fill in the blanks. So you have to read it correctly. Then comes pronouns. Pronouns, yes, we know pronouns are the words that stand for noun or noun phrases, right? Suppose Anuj is a businessman. Next line, if that is concerning about Arjun, will not write Arjun, rather will write he. So he is a pronoun. Arjun is a businessman. He is a good person as well. Ruby, you are a good writer. So you is here the pronoun. Now you have to read various types of pronouns, because here also you will get fill in the blanks. Okay, like fill in the blanks with reflexive pronoun, possessive pronoun, personal pronoun. So before you answer, you need to know these things correctly so that you have no problem. Personal pronouns. What are personal pronouns? I, you, he, she, it, them, etc. So I, you, he, she, it, them, etc. These are personal pronouns. So if you are asked to fill in the blank with personal pronoun, you will write this. Now possessive pronouns: my, his, theirs, etc. Reflexive: himself, herself, myself, ourselves, etc. Relative: who, which, that. Interrogative: which, what, when. Demonstrative: these, that, those. Indefinite: some, any, none. So you need to read this, the classifications first, and then you need to go for the examples as well. So then you will have no problem in understanding the questions. Now last comes adjectives. Adjectives, yes. So the describing words like good, bad, lazy, clever, ancient, this tell us about the noun or the pronoun, right? So these are called adjectives. Adjectives are basically words that tell us more about a noun or pronoun. Suppose I am telling Ram is a boy, right? So Ram is a boy. If we add Ram is a good boy, so this good is here telling us about the noun Ram here. So it tells us about noun and pronouns sometimes. Now some features. Adjective can occur before nouns. Suppose a strong robe, colorful butterflies. Adjective can occur after be verb. Be verbs are am, is, are, was, were, right? Suppose, for example, the rope is strong. Previously we read a strong rope. We can also write the rope is strong. So after the be verb, it can also be occurred. So if after be verb it is added, then it will be called complement. Most adjectives can come after adverb: very, very good girl, very bad boy, like that. Then we know there are 3 degrees: positive, comparative and superlative. So old, older, oldest. Here also you need to read this, because if you are given the form and you are asked what what form is this. Suppose older is given, and with the help of an arrow I have written it is the superlative form of the adjective old. Is it correct? No, it is not, because it is the comparative form. Then there are several specific adjectives of to indicate quality. For example, some milk, little hope, enough money. Then some adjectives are there indicating number: 5 girls, many, boat, several tourists. Then possessive adjective. Possessive adjective, as we know, my. Here you will get this examples also: my, their, his, our, my friend, our friends. Then demonstrative: these, that, these, those. Interrogative: only 3. Remember, only 3. Which, what and whose. Not except this. Then these are the 4 types given here. You will just go through this. Then how to identify. Sometimes we add able with the noun word, that is so it will become an adjective. For example, suppose option, and we will add al with it. It will become optional. So it will become an adjective. With comfort we can add able. It will become comfortable. So comfortable will become an adjective. Why? dirt, with dirt we can add y and it will become dirty, it will be an adjective. Fuel, it's a common one with the noun, suppose color, beauty. If we add fuel, it will become adjectives. So these are the things, these are there in your book very well. It's very well explained over there. You just go through this. Hopefully you have no problem, and along with this definitions and book examples, since every exercises are solved, please go through those, okay, because questions may come from there as well, right? So best of luck for I know, I think you do not need it. I know all of you are well prepared for the unit test. You are going to rock the examination. So we will be reading or discussing or revising about the writing skills in the next class once again, and then we will go for the unit test, and we will not get frightened at all, right? So if you have any problem, any query, please do ask me through emails or the comment section of the YouTube, and keep reading. This time is very crucial. We have many exams left, so keep on reading. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.